again, the other side of that discussion, though, for me, Doma and Kamek have just looked fantastic.
Yeah, I think for me, for Fireflux, the Waylay is going to be able to go in first, which means that there's a lot of responsibility on Kachao to clean up whatever Deadink finds. Like, he is essentially getting a free human drone who can go in and get out, and then Kachao needs to quickly react to what information Deadink is seeing and just frag out, essentially.
And on the other side, we've seen a Paze that has maybe overheated a little bit at times, Mini, but I think that when Unfake and himself were on the sofa the other day, they hadn't really discussed whether or not that was a protocol and whether that was okay for him to do.
I think in this meta, especially nowadays, I think it's better to have players who are more willing to go for those. Yeah, just let them cook a little bit, especially in a matchup where it's fiery as this. You know, there's a lot of firepower on the server. We saw it just then with Monster. He was saying, you know, I was feeling it a little bit. I was doing what I want to do on the stage because, you know, in scrims it works a lot. As soon as you start feeling it, I think that is the key in this meta, is you just ride that momentum.
Yeah, definitely. Well, whilst we have a little bit of a delay on the stage at the moment, please bear with us. We will be getting into things in just a moment. Let's discuss, though, the kind of predictions, because we've all gone for Job Life, aside from Haza. Does anyone feel super confident about that right now with all of this being said?
I didn't remember who I went for, and I wouldn't have been able to tell you. I went for Job Life. No, I know now, but like I didn't realize it. You know what I mean? I think this game is such a 50-50.
I'm confident.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty confident too, and I'm hoping that our casters are feeling confident also, because we have Haza, and apparently someone that has never won anything in their life.
Well, that's about to change today as we're crowning a new king of predictions. Arise, King Kyron.
Thank you. As up, the crown has fallen off.
It didn't last long.
I tell you what, none of these teams will want to fall off because this is a history matchup we've had between these two this year. I mean, already, right? The last time that they played, it was 3-1 in favour of Fireflux. 9 maps played between the two, and Fireflux have won 7.
One of the only maps which Job Life have taken is their pick in this veto process, of course. Lotus coming up, but starting out on split from the defender's side, you can see Fireflux are playing a patient game. 3 bodies already towards A. The flash doesn't hear anything as they're just making their way out of sewers now. And it's this double duelist approaching from different angles. No, mid is cancelled. It is a full A main take to get us kicked off.
Both players looking to play more reserved and not give too much away as Paze is trying to spam up a classic at his side should he need it. Deadink down to 66 points of health, and you can already see Unfake not wanting a full-on brawl and already dropping into CT.
Why is it called so trap?
Plenty of tension.
And already dropping into CT.
Plenty of tension already in this game as both teams are looking to be the next challengers roster to make it into playoffs. One of them will be the third by the end of the day, and as it stands, Fireflux still slowly creeping towards this A site, considering some of that ramp control, but now the green light given, and they're straight in. Kachao and Deadink combining, and as quick as you like,
I think Job
found the
Life
opening. It's going to be a long way before we actually get a retake coming through, as it is Runner who's extremely late, but Doma is looking for something to get back in his favour, and Kamek tries to work Heaven.
Maybe seeing if he can catch an overextension of some sorts. Nade and a molly still available here for Job Life between Runner, as you said, and Kamek, of course, as well. Someone who's had fantastic clutch impact so far in this play-ins run. But it's starting to get out of their control now. Kamek taking off the board, the first to fall. Doma and the double, and that plays back in Runner. Time still of the essence. Reezy on the other side, but Bandit up close, and just one shot would have been enough, perhaps. Reezy gets past it, though, and with that, Fireflux have the pistol.
Yeah, I mean, Runner maybe a little bit too eager to take that duel, but very nicely played in a 3 versus 4 from Job Life. Getting that down to a 1 versus 1. The thing about Fireflux has just this firepower every single time that can overwhelm. Boom. Boom.
Boom indeed.
Boom.
And opening up the series with a bang is exactly what they'll be hoping for, of course. Think back to the last game that Job Life played. 3 of the 4 pistols. Plenty of ecos in there as well, as they're immediately trying to threaten this garage space. Unfake and Runner have felled the spike at close range, and he's got a second paint shells for his efforts. Deadink is gone. Reezy's down to 7. And I start to wonder how this round is retrievable at all.
I mean, Reezy will hopefully swing that rifle over to Hezekiah, who is good in his own right at shooting players down. A couple of smokes to work with.
And literally, as I was just referencing the fact that
Bomb.
they picked up that second round against Fnatic, it looks like they might be on for another one here, but instant response from Fireflux when it comes down to the gun duels. 2 back to bring us on terms. Unfake has scalped a Spectre in the meantime, though, and continues to press this issue up close. The only one defending the spike as it stands. Kamek has peeled away into the site itself, but catches a good timing on the TP. Reezy not in a position to challenge him, and Hezekiah still going.
It's Kamek with just a classic as well. As Hezekiah notes that
Come on,
that
Kamek.
could be a flank, but that's eating into his own time bank. 25 seconds remaining, and he needs to get that spike down.
Kamek's almost in the perfect position. And actually, it looks like he might catch Hezekiah as he walks back into the site.
No, turn
He's looked the
around.
wrong way! Talk about timings! It couldn't get any worse for Kamek there. A Red Bull clutch from Hezekiah keeps Fireflux's streak.
Yeah, only one rifle into the next. I mean, should you lose that round, you've already done the damage, and that's the concession you take. But what even goes on here? It's just a nightmare. And once again, it's just Job Life guessing correctly with a stack and proving to be an issue when they fight
That's
together.
shame.
And that's what's so good about this roster, is how they play off of one another.
That's the thing, I feel like in some situations when it gets chaotic,
Good
Job
pick.
Life have struggled with the micro, and that's perhaps where the round comes apart there. Fireflux still in front, 2-round cushion for them now. But a bit of a broken buy, as already Kachow's been taken out of play by Pays. Both of the defender-sided Job Life duelists working this ramp space.
Still want to take this duel, and it's a successful
No
one
way they-
for the most part.
There's no way.
Pays though 50 points of health and even
Oh.
manages to spam out Reezy. Batu makes no mistakes. And there's Hezekiah as a late win condition if needed, but it's still a 3 versus 2. There's still issues to play out here.
Expecting a player behind the dog now too.
Yeah. Should be expecting a player on the box,
Oh.
and Hezekiah very quick.
Hey, with his
on
bonus
the
is insane.
Switch. Doma still managing to keep himself alive. Now Hezekiah gets health back, and both players escape.
Yeah, gets healed up, and actually this is an opportunity now for Fireflux to pivot towards an unguarded B site. When it gets to post plant, there are stars up to try and play from. Cosmic Divide if they feel as if it's necessary, because this is an incredibly long rotation in the end, not wanting to give away any audibles at all.
The problem with this, though, is coming back in, so much utility.
Yeah, and they are actually just going to pop the ult here as a safety net. Cosmic Divide invested. It's given a chance for a fast flank timing, though, from Unfake. He's very quick to garage here.
Yeah, no audible is going to be given away. Unfake not able to use his utility, but his rifle work is excellent as always. So Batu tries to get something back in his favour, but Dog notes him, and Doma's there. First round to Job Life, and it's taken 3.
Yeah, I mean, even there, Unfake perhaps getting a little bit lucky, as it looked like Hezekiah had moved the crosshair slightly off the wall as the fight was taken. But an opening kill, a valuable one here from Pays, which Job Life were able to keep running with. Great catch on the TP there as well. And I think that's something to think about today when we talk about firepower, is these opening duels, especially on the Fireflux side.
What do you think
I
he
mean,
is?
Deadink was 11-1 last game, but it's closing those advantages they've had most difficulty with.
I think that's the thing, when you've got rookies on your roster, you'll
Sure.
see these mistakes come through time and time again.
I mean, not only is it an inexperienced team, on the most part, with the exception of Reezy making his reprisal in VCT, you know, Batu's rookie year as an in-game leader, first time he's fully taken on that commitment. And so guiding them into mid here, it's a much different look from the attack on this round.
Crossfire, but Doma just drops that smoke in time before he gets caught off guard. And now pressure towards Vents, but nothing really in terms of any kills. Players just drop in to the kill pit, and Job Life come out the other end. But Kachal managing to make this somewhat
insane.
doable as he gets taken off guard by Pace. Batu now 1 versus 3, and he's got plenty of targets to choose from.
Fantastic mid-re-clear from Job Life on this map. Such a strong play to make as the defenders, just asserting themselves there, trapped with the paranoia and the showstopper. And for Fireflux, well, Hezekiah had scouted out this space in the previous round, maybe thinking it was a bit of a weakness that they could look to exploit, but shut down at the first time of asking, and this defense has adapted incredibly well so far.
I thought Batu would have went for a full save, but instead decides to go for what I think is an attempt. He's in the CT. Very
limited time to try and play from here, and actually, yeah, Batu is just going to give up the ghost. A kill or two would not hurt at all. He's creeping up on the Seekers. Unfake already with that one online, of course. And something to be thinking about in this follow-up round is the ult cycle.
I mean, Runner had his. He's already found his value, and unfortunately, Batu will only get one closer, and it's not through a kill. All even.
Yeah, and it's another round which Job Life are able to dictate the pace of. Feels like Fireflux sort of sat as a passenger in some of these instances already. I mean, even think back to the second round, the eco, which very nearly went awry. Unfake nearly running out of mouse pad there. As I said, man, he's learning on the job.
Do you know what? I think it's actually the best trash
talk. I love
talk.
his trash talk.
I
think it's so PG friendly as well.
No, it's not that. I just think he's such a comedian without him using it, you know?
Yeah. He feels like a diet Yampy.
Yeah. At the same time, a diet buy is not the best of purchases here. The Sheriff still have proven to be an issue, and Deadink is trying to get in with the shotty, and unfortunately he's not going to be allowed. Dome at the same time stopping this. Stinger though, still finding what he needs to, and Kamek now trying to help out as he comes in through CT. Deadink still trying the gymnastics. Unfortunately can't get any more. Job Life starting to become professional here, not letting anything more go.
I mean, you can see what Fireflux are trying to do. Quick to pounce off of Deadink. As much as I said, he's been good for these entries. It's the follow-up and the spacing that you're always waiting to see. And with Pays as that first responder, quick on the rotations, it's been so difficult to try and navigate so far. Yes, that's the low bite. And we are still seeing a fair few 1v1s. But if Fireflux can heat up, there is some serious threat there. Job Life have handled everything thrown at them so far.
Yeah, I mean, pistol round, they brought it down to a 1 versus 1.
Exactly.
And that just shows, I mean, even so did the Antico, right? They've been right at the races with Fireflux.
I mean, it also feels like on a lot of these rounds, they've just guessed correctly. In this situation, Pays and Runner in a position to completely isolate the Astra. Hezekiah detached deep in A main. Unfake's even arrived to instigate this a little further. The flash comes out, but Hezekiah still determined to play keep away. Once he does give a little bit of info, well, Pays has seen enough. He's committing the ult to this just to find the 1 kill on the extremity.
Well, it's got ultimates out on the other extremities. The players have exploded towards B from Fireflux, and Seekers to try and set this one up.
Doma, health bar shaved off there. Unfake still with a heal, of course, to bring him back up into contention. As you can see, Job Life rotating, retaking almost vicariously through the tower block here. Runner has found the opening pick, though. That was in the garden. He's now got boots on the ground. Unfake supporting in this 2-2. Player advantage for Job Life as it stands, and Fireflux are looking to just bunker down on spot. Open plant, but they're fighting right out in the open. Kachao feeling a little exposed in the rafters, perhaps, but no. Battles back with 2. Big kills coming out of Kachao. Makes it 3 before the round is done. And with that, Fireflux level up the game.
So good from Kachao, so good from Fireflux. Just their team play, just in general, just how dangerous they are together. I mean, Runner sure able to punish the overextension from Deadink. It's unfortunate. But look at this Kachao, so aware of the entry points. 3 kills like that is ridiculous.
Razor sharp. And where in previous series, the desk has talked about Job Life having retakes be a serious win condition for them. It's these early advantages they've been creating which set them up for those positions. Runner with the op this time, taking Kachao offline in what is Fireflux's follow-up gun round. Second layer in the 1-2 punch continuing to go, and that's the right hook. Pays with the Phantom now picks up, spraying away and slaying Fireflux. Spike dropped, and it's a 5v2 already. There's little left to do here.
Although Reezy starting to head elsewhere at this moment in time and does have the ultimate.
Yeah, mid-space has opened up, but it looks like Joblife will just double down instead. It's a long flash and a late finish to that engagement from Unfake, but kill confirmed.
It's good that it's close.
Reezy versus 4.
It's very good.
3 of them on A, and just looking over this spike with prying eyes. Runner picks it off and finishes what he started.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for a minute that the players of FF would try and go elsewhere, try and set up towards B perhaps. Not the case. Continuing to try and force the issue. Perhaps other ideas with the Omen ulti. But this is just really a big deathmatch server at this moment in time. Both teams happy to fling haymakers at each other.
And again, Joblife showing so much early intention on the map in terms of what they want to do from a macro perspective. The reads have looked solid. Fireflux continuing to try and press this A issue though, where they did find success at the start of the map. Unfake with some spam damage and claims a kill onto Batu.
Yeah, and plenty of utility to come back in. It's Reezy so far up in heaven. Gotta be watching Hezekiah as he starts to make his reprise through vents.
And he's the one on a stinger, everyone else a sheriff. There's not too much strength to this one, but Kachao finds Pays. And of all the new duelists in the league, really pushing for that top spot. Reezy another one as well. Numbers with Fireflux. Paranoid's perfect, but Runner's not cleared the close corner. Reezy's getting away with all of this scot-free and finding nearly 4 for his efforts as well. We're down to the knives, and Runner still had half a chance there with a Vandal in his hands, but it's the Emoda Thrifty that gets us back on even terms again.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable from Fireflux. The fact that it's the Sheriffs as well, hitting the heads. Joblife should know what they're up against. They've played against it 3 series. And yeah, I mean, it's just on their owns. The fact that on their ones and not clearing close corners. Can't be making mistakes like that in a qualifying game.
Absolutely not. It's the added pressure and the stakes that are brought to a matchup which has already had plenty of them. Stage 2 and 3 counting for qualification to VCT. Fireflux, the ones in front, and a chance to listen in with them now.
Backside, backside.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
So, very quick comms.
Yeah.
And Hezekiah to clutch.
What are we feeling on this? 150 HP. Second star coming back up,
I
one
mean,
from the ult.
Has the money to do it, but I don't think the rest of the team does.
No, Batu and Reezy on 800 credits.
But a minute to try and save your weapon is a long time.
Definitely.
But plenty of time to talk to your team and ask yourself, how do we keep getting caught out in these mains? Because it was an A main before, B main again here as they try to get out. I mean,
Yes,
you look at the bodies here on the map, where they're situated, and overall, right, it's just in this little opening for B main. It's pretty simple.
Okay. Well, Hezekiah's found the first of those kills, and if you want to get clean kills in a clutch, it doesn't get much sharper than that. 3 more left to find, and in terms of the Joblife roll call, everybody's here.
Still gonna give this a go, even though
no spike.
Yeah.
10 seconds left.
No, I think he's just gonna give it up in towards backside. Clean first kill in the clutch, but doesn't attempt any more. So it'll be Joblife up to 5.
Yep. Timer's just going to fade away on this one, and I think for me, in terms of right now, it's just the approach from Joblife. The game plan seems to be spot on for this defender's side. And coming onto their own attack half with double duelist, now you're just looking at compounding that pain a little bit more, getting a couple extra rounds. You know, Mike was talking about it on the desk.
Yeah.
It's going to be Doma, it's going to be Kamek anchoring, and that's exactly what we've seen in that previous round.
Yeah, I want to pick up on something that was said on the kind of post-plan that we got from the desk right after that last series.
Right.
It was like Monster saying that, hey, like, listen, we've had one day to prep for this. It would have been the same for these two, right?
Yeah.
And that's why you're going to see not a lot of changes. And as we look towards here, I'm not going to count that Pacific win.
That's a bogus result right there, man.
But that is Job Life results versus Turkey opponents.
Yeah. I don't think there's much Turkish about that Pacific team at all, unfortunately. But in the overall standings, you go all the way back. There are some games against the former Pacific, then BBL Pacific. Ross, we've even got a Blender one in there as well. It's 0-10, and Unfake's played in half of those games. So the picture we're trying to paint more so is this a stylistic thing for him, and one which he's needed to learn how to approach? Because that's what we mentioned last time around. It didn't feel like he'd made those learnings. Now, you know, 6th time lucky. I mean, he's been an adaptive caller. That's what the coaches have spoken about as well. He's not going to play the same game every time.
I mean, the thing with Unfake is he played on that Vitality roster that 13-0'd Ulf when they first came to what became Eternal Fire and Kickoff. So he knows what the game plan should look like, just whether he can implement it.
Oh, of course. I mean, he played against many a team from the Turkish region. It's just a funny old stat which keeps rearing its head. An ugly one if you're a Job Life fan. And coming out of the timeout here, saw how much of an impact that had for the French org against Fnatic. And from Lev's perspective, he's always been a very composed coach, just trying to bring the players back down to earth. Well, right now, they're already at rock bottom, I think. It's only trailing by 1 round, but with how some of these have played out, looking for something to get them back on side. Much slower pace to this default, though, and just looking for a way in through Deadink, you'd expect.
But he's been left all on his own.
I like that, though. Op here for the reclear.
Yeah, I mean, can he get out? I mean, he's no refract, and you can see that the duelist of pace is starting to set up. The stun is good, Deadink with no way out. And the players starting to scale up mid for Fireflux.
You can see exactly what the idea was there from Fireflux to try and get a punish, but Job Life is so quick to it. Great util. Now scaling towards the B site, it's full main control.
Yeah, and well, I mean, Doma now in an awkward position. Kachao low, but still able to get a kill. Runner not allowing any more. 3-on-3 as we head to post. Hezekiah and a position pace can't clear. And it feels impossible now for Job Life to come back into this one.
Job Life, when they're not taking fights as a team, have typically been struggling at points in this game. Started off well, but now into only Reezy holding the angle.
Gives himself away. Paranoia to create more delay and call for support. Time working against the defense. I think at this point,
it's done.
Yeah, and I really like not only the decision making by Fireflux, but by both teams. There's a lot of key micro points that I think are really big and could have won the round from any decision.
Yeah, honestly, it did feel like just the amount of time that was bought on that main duel allowed for Fireflux to fully encroach on the site itself. Big discussions about firepower coming into this one. In those, you know, isolated duels when you're on even terms, it feels like they're favored. It's just Job Life have been so good at manufacturing these openings, which is where they really struggled against Eternal Fire.
Oh, 100%. But like this point here, right, you saw the reaction from Fireflux, but there's a crunch towards the main hold, which if Job Life had won, would have given them a real foundation to start a retake.
I didn't spot that, actually. It was the Omen out in the corner from the Cosmic Divide. Really nice set piece from Fireflux, but after seeing what was a very slow, defaulty round on the gun buy, this one looking like it could be a bit of a swing round when you consider the money for Job Life here. They are going back to middle, and again looking for a B finish. Oh my! What a shot from Hezekiah!
He's so good. His aim, unbelievable, but it was always the consistency that made me worry about him. But he's starting to level up. And it looks like Job Life starting to level up into the round. Still, though, at a disadvantage as the scale through heaven puts Runner in a bad spot. Needs at least one more and gets it before he's dead.
My god, he almost got it. He almost got it.
Even spot.
Yeah. Some health coming back in on the Fireflux side, though, and with Deadink taking a little longer to get his own ult online here and stave off the retake. Job Life have found themselves in a strong position now to challenge this when the spike plant comes through.
Pays out on rafters, thinks better of it. Worried about mid and with the spike tap.
Just no idea.
He's going to try and encroach on this one. Try and find something and has. Knows where the second is and unfortunately caught in the ultimate. Can Kamek try and protect? No, it's a 2 versus 1 for him. Trying to get something, trying to work this, but both players join up, play together, and Kamek now needs a double spray.
Yeah, this is really hard.
Holding the smoke, waiting for the peak. Both players not giving anything away.
I don't think that would make a
That
mistake.
puts them in a position, an advantage. Kamek finally sees
Right.
both targets and gets one. Time working against him and he needs the last, but Hezekiah plays keep away and keeps the round away. Fire Flux find 6.
Kamek so close yet again. The most proficient player in that kind of position and playing some of the best Valorant that we've seen from him right now. But Fireflux going through the gears. This was lovely from Hezekiah. Not much you can do about that one if you're Doma. But much preferring some of the decision-making that we're getting in the small moments here from the attack side now. And this is their opportunity to offer a little bit more relief and
One
an
momentum.
advantage to take into the second half.
Peas picking up a bucket. Overdrive. Should he need it?
And the op has been heard on A already. Look at the space which Pays has started to take in B main.
Well, we've seen this before, the operator towards main, and then players on the other side. So Seeker's used, and Kamek now going to TP towards CT to try and help Unfake. There's bodies here for Job Life, but stepping out a little bit too early was Kamek. Doma and Unfake capitalise. Spike and No Man's landing. Well, the Seeker's going to identify that. Runner needs to be careful. The Seeker not helping him out soon enough. So Joe, Runner gone, Pays gone, both duelists gone, and a 3 versus 2 to work.
How are they possibly going to lose this round?
If Fireflux can find it, they've already come into heavy traffic here as Hezekiah was hearing everything in mid. But a rotation has been made, a bit of a gamble on the Job Life side, and they've got it spot on. Doma and Unfake present in heaven.
Finally, Unfake gives it away, but they don't consider Doma, and just the shots are not good enough.
It's crazy to me.
Get that advantage.
Great bait from Batu at the end there to stop an absolute catastrophe as Fireflux have recovered and reset nicely into the second half with a lead for themselves now, all coming off the back of that timeout, which they ended up using. But to come back to the Job Life side, we got to hear the thoughts of
It was a 3v4, they should have just played safe. But they just swung like idiots, I don't get it.
Thank you for joining me, Runner. I wanted to ask, how has it been being back in the studio and being back in Berlin and being back on the stage?
It feels awesome. Like, it's so good to play on the stage. I've missed this feeling. Compared to home, just sitting alone, not even like if you don't have bootcamp, just full playing alone, it's rough. But here on the stage, it's nice. I like the energy. I like when guys yell at each other, so it's nice.
Do you feel like you've had anything to prove since being back here?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people on this team have a lot to prove because everyone talks kind of low of us, I will say.
No one knows who this guy is.
We don't care that much about it. We just have fun, play as a team, and we enjoy our presence.
You don't have to say specifically who, but hearing the people talk low views is quite a surprise to me. Is that more from a community perspective or a player perspective? Because I feel like Job Life are the kings of France, no?
I mean, about the community perspective, not really. It's mostly like players, coaches, stuff like this.
Okay, and what would you say that you've learned from your time in Tier 2 and in Challengers this year?
I will say that there is no Tier 2 and Tier 1. Like, there is no difference, and especially in Europe, there's a huge amount of talent, so anyone can beat anyone nowadays.
So next year is going to be insane?
Next year, it's going to be a lot of upsets.
Okay, well, best of luck today, Runner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Completely agreeing with the sentiment of Runner there. The gap between Tier 1 and Tier 2, non-existent as we've seen over the last week. And in my eyes right now, we've got two competitors who feel like they can go on not just a playoff push, but a playoff run, as one of them will be confirmed by the end of the day. And of course, if you hope to see either of them at the end of the gauntlet, you can go ahead and get your tickets for Barcelona very soon.
Yes. Make sure to...
There will be a QR code at some point.
Yeah, we'll make sure to get that one up as we kick off the pistol round once again. Last time, Fireflux got an advantage, and well, won out a 1 versus 1 clutch. This time, it's the same site, and it's this time for Pays to get the entry, but Batu keeps it close.
Yeah, and you can see here, Job Life not with too much map material, thinking about Doma still in main as that late layer to this. Otherwise, fairly bunkered down.
Spike planted.
This may need to retake.
Needs to be close because should a kill go Fireflux's way, this round goes on its head, and that seems to be the way. As Deadunk is just going towards sight completely for free. Kamek
Wins this, he wins it. He's dead.
Paranoia on which to work. A reload being baited out by Reezy's tap. Doma will bite down on it. Doesn't realise, doesn't know there's a player on the smoke. A little tap brings him back closer. The right line not working out in his favour.
He lost.
Fireflux extend the lead.
Yeah, and it's Doma just swinging for that one at the end there. Reezy playing a patient game as Fireflux get both pistols on split. Huge boon to their chances. And one of the biggest differences here for me as well is just the surplus of utility that they've got coming back into these retakes. Having Deadink being able to just fly in over the top.
Bro, he's better.
Such a threat.
What?
Very polite.
Yeah,
Batu. He's a good kid, you know.
Yeah, except for Challengers 3.
Dude.
What?
Hating.
I'm not hating. No, he was giving it in Challengers 3.
For a second. Oh right. Oh
yeah,
that one.
That one. Yeah.
Batu versus Job Life. Look it up. Of course, it's not always been the greatest for him on this stage, but great to see a comeback story. For Apex going winless last year, and him ending the streak this time around. Job Life have brought a Marshall to this. I mean, Pays was good for an eco here and there before with this in his hands, but the shot isn't good this time, and as a coil handles that easily enough.
It's been pretty easy for Fireflux. I mean, looking back at the previous results, right? I mean, Job Life, their best opportunity to beat Fireflux was in the upper bracket game in EMEA 3. Then it was a 3-1 in the lower bracket final, and a 2-0 in EMEA 2, an in-zone flawless for Fireflux.
Yeah, I mean, just picking up on what you were saying, I think a lot of that also stems from the early momentum that they're often able to create in these series. That was a huge factor in their ongoing clashes between Enterprise at the top end of the division. If they didn't get off to a great start,
oh no, on my whole life, he's not waving at me like that.
Surprise winner in a few of those. So, yeah, the fact they've been able to reset here already does bode well for their chances into a bonus round. It's not the strongest that we've seen, but Job Life have plenty to offer on the other side. Their chance now to get active and make some noise, so we get a chance to listen in on their comps.
We're gonna take vents. Take B main. Take B push now.
Carry picking.
I'm holding vents.
Take the B.
On my heaven.
Dogging guy now, Sky.
Nothing left, I think.
Nothing. One city, guys.
Nice.
One is city, rotating to B.
They can repush. They can repush
B main, guys.
now.
It was Omen pushed B, but
I'm holding vents, guy, right now.
Both shot.
They might fight from heaven, guys. Care.
He took his time to shoot.
One more vents and 2 heaven. Care.
To heaven?
No, unknown. But 1 is 7. They might fight. They wanted to fight.
Okay, Max, come back to Can we push timing now? You're alone, pace. Care.
2 are still open.
Come back. We're gonna be exec, guys. We're gonna full be exec. Care one more.
That was their guy.
But didn't push it.
Wait, Pace. Wait for your point.
Marshall.
Wait up. You need to play now.
So,
We have 40 seconds.
we can walk.
Waylay no slow.
Keep walking. I'll be smoking hand.
Get a judge close.
Just come with gun. Okay.
Default. Have default.
Neon and
Flash.
no one
Wait
close.
the stats, guys. Only one on you.
Flashing you on backside. Flashing backside.
Dead. Get city.
Have city.
I'm smoking city. Shit.
One is stairs, guys. One more stairs, really.
Maybe one flank already.
Dash out. Dead.
There was some A at the beginning of the round. He was went after.
They have money. No!
An effective round from Job Life there, as they were able to catch Fireflux on almost every extension they tried to make, from middle back to main. And from that position, using the gun advantage to their favor.
Yeah, and need to continue to find these rounds together.
Guys,
Boys.
almost, guys. Good job.
And very tidy from Job Life.
Yeah, consecutive fashion, that's what we need. Deadink got the operator back online. That's the one to know as we head into the next buy.
He's been a little bit quiet so far this game, so we have to see what he can offer here, as it looks like Job Life just want guns in hands, rifles to keep the pace on their play. Group up in mid here now coming through, as you can already see Runner's been able to take B main control for himself.
Obscuring vision.
Job Life maybe thinking about that B split as Paige tries to gain the space to his team, gain the entry, but Job Life, for the most part, they could be heading A. Oh, any option should Paige drop here. Hezekiah armed and ready.
Yeah, if he dropped, it would have killed him, surely.
Waiting in the vent, and it's a rotation that has been called on the Fireflux side. Job Life quiet about their operations, though, dropping back to just restyle this B execution fully from B main.
I don't know if I fully believe in it, though, Hazard.
I mean, Fireflux still seem pretty certain that this is a heaven play, and with Kachao already investing that stun to try and defend the mid space, there's not too much stopping power behind this.
Well, Reezy has seen one omen as the Neon now is announced out of main. Runner's the one to get the entry and pays to help out. Reezy now gone. And it feels like that main push was the right idea. And the last two remaining players for Fireflux give this one up.
I mean, it's a really nice play from Job Life there.
I'm going to play some Val. I'm going to play some Val.
In terms of taking that mid space early.
Val. Where is theirs? What is it called, Val? What am I trying to do here? Right. And then Val. We are winning, bro. You don't understand. Oh, God. Let me put that on. Stretch. Huh? There we go. There we go. What was I gonna do? Oh, Jesus. Okay. No shot. Oh. What's that about? Okay. On my whole career on Solver, we're winning every game. I don't even need a warm-up. I don't even need a warm-up. Okay. If I don't win, I'll die. Everyone muted. Huh? We've been banned or something. What's that about? I don't know. Maybe I've been banned, who knows? I need to win, bro. I don't care. They are muted, so I don't know what else about. Okay.
Well,
Jesus Christ, man. Bit low.
behind the smoke, behind smoke. There's two more, bro. Nice.
This guy's ghost. Kind of what happens. I'll be for real. I'm just going ghost. I don't care. Man. I wanted to kill, bro. I wanted to kill.
Cypher, you want my gun?
Yeah, sure. Cheers. I hate this gun with a burning passion. I actually hate this gun. I tapped out. I tapped out. I tapped out.
I'm just gonna drone. Reyna, Waylay, Clove. He's gonna slow, he's gonna...
How was that?
Reyna's healed.
Behind me. We need to ban one.
No, I'm fine, bro. I'm fine. Raze, he dashed like this, bro, and then the Clove swung out. So as I flicked for the Waylay, I died. You know.
Shut up. Give me silence. No. If I don't be lurking, otherwise I'm gonna cry. Wait, 7 on him. Oh, How are we losing, bro? Oh, they can't come big. They can only do B spawn. And they won't. It's just gonna be... Okay, good. It sucks, man. Stack AL, trip mid. Stack A means, you know, stack A, but you know, this guy comes B anyway. But you know, it's all good done. This guy's just tapped. I don't think he knows what stack A means. But why is that stack A? Yeah, you guys don't know what stack aiming is. Wow! What do I have to do? Doors open.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Shifted for nothing. How is this? So is that a scam? Oh, I'm so gonna get breach ordered. I do not want to get breach ordered at all. Okay, bro, just stack it. I don't feel like that one is done. Oh my god. I should have like way like killed him. Should have lost anyway. I could have squad not by, bro. Why is the smoke so late? I genuinely thought my teammate was going to smoke. But like, he didn't smoke for some reason. I was so expecting him to smoke as well, but I guess not. I guess he didn't want to smoke. See, as a clove player, I've been playing right there. That's where I used to play. I can smoke that, smoke that. But I guess he just doesn't want to, bro. So dumb in this game, bro. So I win that round. I want to win that round, bro. I should be winning that. Elbow. Other guy on them. He wasn't there. Both at elbow. Oh, as if we're gonna lose this round, bro. I'm so mad. Doesn't need to swim.
Last round is a wrap.
You want to play? Let's play.
They run away, they go up, they just run away. One's still B main. He's running away right now. so lost, bro.
Are we going to get the spike?
At least he didn't get the kill. I'm poor though.
Spike down A. Seconds left.
Sure.
One enemy remaining.
I'll kill him. Just hide. Guys don't know what hide means, bro. Like, just chill out, bro. Hide. Jesus. Yeah, it's so cringe, bro. The guy is the most biggest cringest player. Maybe? Result? Maybe?
You want to play? Let's play.
Both mid. Both mid, Tom. Look at it. Jesus Christ, bro. That's just crazy. What? How did Rayner get it? How did he get it? Oh, that's why. That's just crazy. That is just crazy to me. They should not be getting that.